Nick's in maintenance mode. Might want to, I don't know if you want to lift the air filter too while you're at it. There goes Nick's bush hogging. Hello and welcome back to Pine Grove. I think this is Thursday. I had to go back to work on Monday, and originally I had 5 weeks scheduled, but I have some health issues that ate a lot of my vacation time up, so I could only take 3 weeks. And I still had the time scheduled, and I still had 2 days vacation, so I decided to go ahead and take it because we really haven't been able to do much of anything else except for work up here, and we've kind of neglected our home in the city. But my son, actually I was going to stay home today. I needed the rest. Been working 16-hour days for a month. And my son decided that he wanted to bush hog today, which is great. He's never ran a bush hog before. And in truth, I have very little experience with these modern implements. We had an old 2-cylinder John Deere with a plow and a disc, a drag, and a sickle bar mower when I was growing up. And you know, all this 3-point equipment is just fairly new to me as well. But he's having a ball. And I figured while we're out here, I'll try to work on some of the soffit. As you can see, I'll turn you around. As you can see, been starting on the soffit. And I brought my laser level. The inside may not get leveled out again today, which really doesn't matter. It's not that big a hurry. And there's still a few small things. I need to silicone all the joints on the ridge cap, and on my miters. That it's been a long time since I worked sheet metal, so they're not perfect. Still a lot to do, but we're trying to decide what project to work on next, because a lot of things can't be done until the house is actually set. My wife wants to put a pavilion in this area with a retaining wall, and that'll be really nice with a small patio, which we're going to try stamp concrete with the acid stain, and some walkways the same type. It'll be like a stone looking walkway that'll go around the front of the house and to the pole barn and to the back porch, which will be over there. We also have a chicken coop that we have to get built, which will probably be the next project. It's going to be down where my implements are, which as soon as I get the grading done out here and get the soffit finished, all of this will have to be moved up, and we'll probably be building that soon. My wife has so many trees that are just suffering right now, that she bought with the intention of being in here a lot sooner. A lot of construction delays, so we need to plant those. There's Nick having a ball. But yeah, we have fruit trees, we have decorative trees, a lot of money just sitting, languishing. They really need to be in the ground. and it's hard to do when the final grade hasn't been done to this until after, or will not be done until after the house is set. And we have gardens. Hopefully in the spring we'll have a lot of the small details finished, like the front gate and the entryway. My wife has lots of ornaments that have to be placed outside on the barn, just signs, things of that nature. She's got a really cool entry, not really a welcome sign. It says "Go away." It has some cowboys. It's a big steel. You'll see it in the future. It'll be out there along the driveway somewhere, as well as we have lots of pine trees we started this spring. Hopefully I'll be planting next spring. Also, we have a greenhouse, and we still haven't decided where it's going. I'm not really sure until, well, the chief designer's not here, Brenda, and she'll make that call where the greenhouse goes. I would prefer it to be somewhere very close to the house. And we have lots of plants that we really don't want to lose through the winter. So it should be interesting. I, for one, I had all my garden seeds bought this spring with the intention of being in here in the spring. And I had melons. Already had plans on this low spot down here. Is really stays damp all the time. If the deer will let me grow melons down there, and also in the front there's an almost identical swale that stays damp all the time that I intended on probably cantaloupes and squash. So it should be really interesting. And there's a million other things that we want to do. And hopefully, turn you back around, I'll be 60 years old in the spring. And as I said, I do have a health issue that we'll probably go into more later. And my wife as well. She's a transplant recipient. So you never know. Tomorrow could be our last day. And that's part of this. We've always planned this, or we have for the last 4 years. When we bought this land, we had planned on building here, but things got put on hold, obviously, when my wife became very ill and had to have a transplant. And it was a matter of 2 months. We had hiked a section of the Appalachian Trail, and less than 2 months later she was within weeks of death. Her surgeon actually questioned me. I had to show her a video because she couldn't believe that my wife had hiked it was 30-ish miles over the 2 highest mountains in Virginia. And like I said, I had to show her. That's how quickly I nearly lost her. And I had some really serious issues that could have taken me. And by no means have I ever been afraid of death, because not only am I a Christian, well, Catholic Christian by birth, but I've seen enough in my lifetime that I'm sure that you know, none of this is all that important. And that kind of inspired us to, I guess, go big or go home. Because like I said, we might not be here in 6 months, so we're going to, you know, buy the new refrigerator instead of recycling our old one from our house that we live in now. You know, if my wife sees a piece of artwork, which we have some beautiful things that she's collected over the last couple years. You can't walk through my house or my garage because they're completely packed with anything and everything that's been bought for this house over the years. And for instance, the star that's on the front of the barn, we bought several years ago with the intention of not necessarily on the barn, but possibly on the end of the house, but I think it fits perfectly there. And like I said, it's a matter of what's the most important in life, and you know, saving money is not really important to me anymore. The most important things are enjoying what time you have left, and having a really cool tractor. I'd rather have it than I would a Corvette. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get to work and try to get some of this soffit finished. And Nick is going to keep on partying out there in the field. He's probably worse than me. He's having the time of his life. So, I guess I'll talk to you later.
Hello everybody. This is August the 4th, and I'm out here where Dad has been working on the soffits today. Pretty much got them all up except for one section there in the back. And got the gravel laid in the pole barn. Just waiting for future cement to come. So that's looking pretty good. Nick got to mow on the tractor today, so he was pretty happy about doing that, even though it was so hot. So there's the soffit on this side. Looks really good.